Welcome everyone. Today's topic is virtual property tour in Schiller Park. So thank you everyone for joining. I'm super excited to show you one of our latest rehab. We just completed this rehab 2 weeks ago and it took 2 months. So I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions because I want to get a feel of what you think in terms of numbers, time, and some estimates. Perfect. So let's get started. Before we get started, I want to show you the before, okay, what it used to look like before the rehab, okay? So let me show you. That's the outside. This is the inside. So the inside of the property looked pretty good, okay? Look at the kitchen, okay? Stainless steel appliances. Here, as you can see, there's a wall in between the kitchen and the living area, okay? That separates the kitchen and the space. New trends don't have walls in between spaces. So in between the kitchen and the living area or dining area, typically it's open. That's the new trend. So that's what we're gonna try to emulate, okay? Next, bathroom. So the bathroom, it's in okay condition. As you can see, I want to point out the bathroom. It's all plastic all around the window and the bathtub, okay? And then it's got tile, but it's sort of outdated because typically you don't have this big of a mirror, okay? But overall, it's in great shape. And then this is the bathroom. So it's just the standard paint, light fixtures. And then this is the second bedroom. So this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath condo. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go inside the property so that you can see what it looks like today. So I'm gonna switch over to the camera on my cell phone. Okay. Okay, friends. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk and knock on the door. It's already occupied, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over the camera. Okay, thank you. May I come in? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go in, and what I'm gonna do is okay, friends. So now this is what it looks like. So this is the kitchen. As you can see, there's a big island in the middle, and there's no more wall. So the wall used to be up to here, right here. So right here, there used to be a wall separating the kitchen from the living area. So this is the living space, okay? Something to keep in mind is that before, this place didn't have central air, okay? So it had a window unit in the back, okay? So we did central air. So I want you to pay attention to this unit because you will rarely see this unit. You see right above the TV, right here? Okay, so that's called a ductless central air. So I'm gonna explain that in just a second, but I want you to take a close look. So here, the kitchen cabinets are pretty standard. Now we have quartz, okay? On the countertop, stainless steel appliances. And then we did new blinds. And then the backsplash on the back all throughout. Now, one of the things that is so critical when you do a rehab is lighting. Check out the lighting. So recessed lighting, it's just the way to go, okay? So I'm gonna point the camera up to the ceiling. As you can see, we have plenty of recessed can lights, okay? And also on top of the island, you're gonna have pending lights. These are super, super important stainless steel appliances, and then in the middle of the island, you have a fridge right here, okay? So now we're gonna go over to the second bedroom, okay? Actually, I'm gonna take you to the bathroom next. Before we go into the bathroom, I wanna show you the laundry, okay? So this is a washer and dryer, brand new one. And then we're gonna walk inside the bathroom. So as you can see, the bathroom was completely redone, okay? So we're got at the bathroom. So this is all tile, some design. And in here, it's a brand new tub. And then as you can see, I wanna show you the flooring. This is engineered flooring from Home Depot. Lifetime warranty, is waterproof. It's one of the best floorings you can ever put on a property. And it looks really, really nice. It's a trendy color, gray, right here. So let me show you. That's the vanity. And again, we did the quartz, okay? The quartz on the vanity countertop. So that's the bathroom. And then in here, we did some shelves. So they used to be just the drywall. So we did the space in here to put some shelves. The same for the toilet paper. Also, something that is pretty important, I would say, it's just to do door stoppers, okay? Many people fail to do that, and you end up with big holes in the wall. So super important to put door stoppers in the hinges when you do this type of rehab, and then hooks everywhere, okay? Super important. So now let's walk over to the master bedroom. This is the master bedroom, okay? So as you can see, I want to point out, well, obviously the appliances, but the ductless unit. So this is central air. What's really cool about this system is that you don't have to have any ducts. It's ductless. And the reason why we didn't want to run ducts is because we did not want to lower the ceiling height, okay? Nor did we want to put ductwork in the closet. So I'm going to open up the closet. In here, let me turn on the light. As you can see, from the outside, we just have one line running through the closet all the way to the central air unit. So you can control that with a remote, and then for heating and cooling. So you don't have to have the furnace as you typically would have it in the linen closet. So let me show you. This is the linen closet. That's where you would put a furnace, but you don't have to do that. I'm gonna show you the unit outside, what it looks like. So that completes this. This is a master bedroom. It's a good size. Now let's walk over to, okay. So this is the second bedroom. And again, I wanna point out lighting. Lighting is super important. So not only do we have the ceiling fan that used to be there, we're with 4 can lights, okay? And as you can see again, you have the unit. So in here, there's no ductwork. That is super important. So that unit itself, I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the back. It's about 6,500 labor and material, but it's just absolutely awesome when you don't have the space or you don't want to become invasive on the ceiling. That's what we wanted to do, okay? So that is why we decided to go with the ductless work. So I'm gonna go out to the back to show you what the unit looks like. It's gonna be a little bit dark. I'm not sure if you can see that, but you see the unit, it's pretty big. It's hanging out from the outside. So that unit does both. I mean, I think it's pretty dark, right? So you won't be able to see it. That unit is gonna be able to do both, the heating and the cooling, and it's just amazing, amazing unit. Okay, so I'm gonna, walk out because obviously it's occupied, so I don't want to be too intrusive tonight. So let's walk outside the unit. I'm just gonna show you a last glance at the master bedroom, okay? And then this is the laundry outside the bathroom, okay? So that's also brand new. That's also, it has 3 functions. It's a light, it's a fan, and it's a heater. So it has 3 functions. That is about $300, but it's totally worth it, okay? So flooring throughout, it's exactly the same flooring, okay? Throughout. Okay, so we are going to go outside and then just take some questions for everyone, okay? So let's take a last glance at the kitchen. Okay, so let's take a last glance at the kitchen. Okay, perfect. Awesome, so now let me grab my shoes and let's walk outside. Okay, friends, so that concludes the tour inside the property. Now let's take some questions from the chat. Okay, Phil, can you please tell me what the questions are on the chat?
Sure, Hugo. We have here a question from Eliza. Was the house staged, or there are people living in the house?
Oh no, there are people living in the house. Yeah.
All right. Is your AC unit heat also?
Yes, absolutely. So central air is ductless. That system is about 6,500. That includes labor and material. And it's awesome because with a remote, you can control the heat or cooling system. And it also has like a fan system. So you can have the best of 2 worlds. And then it's got, I think, 9,000 BTUs, especially the bigger unit in the living room, so it can keep the entire unit or apartment cool. Okay, so it's such a great system because it's non-invasive. You don't need duct work. You don't need to put a furnace in the linens closet because we didn't want to be invasive and take over space that could be used for what it's meant for. So that is why we decided to go with that unit. And then if we were to do the duct work, it would be maybe a little bit cheaper, maybe 5,000. So we spent maybe 15 or 2,000 more, but we got the better system. Okay, so remember, ductless system. We did the blinds, the flooring, the kitchen, the bathroom, and then the lighting. Okay, super, super important. Are there any other questions on the line?
Is it energy efficient? Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
Is it energy efficient, like compared to the conventional appliances, that furnace and air conditioner? Is it saving the electricity or gas?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's one of the most efficient system out there, ductless system. And by the way, great question. Everything in the apartment is electric. Okay, so like the stove, everything is electric. The utilities, pretty much, electric is the only one that is paid by the tenant. Association fees are about $215 a month. Taxes are about 200, so expenses are about 400. That's pretty much it on this unit. Are there any other questions on the line? So now, if there are no further questions, I'm going to ask you questions. How much do you think was the rehab for the kitchen? If there are questions on the line, can you let me know, Phil?
Yes, you go. You can also unmute yourself.
Or you can unmute yourself. Are there any other questions on the line? So the kitchen, okay, what about, okay, so 10,000 for the kitchen. What is the total? Okay, so people are guessing like 10,000 for the kitchen, right? 7, 10,000. So the kitchen rehab was exactly 10,000. So you guys are like right on the nail. Kitchen 15,000 and was 10,000. So let me tell you the numbers. Just for the kitchen cabinets, there were 3,600, and then the quartz for the entire kitchen was 2,400. So that's about 5,000. Appliances, about 3,500. So that's 8,500. And then for the installation of the kitchen cabinets was about 1,500. So yeah, it was right on the nail. 10,000. Very, very cool. What brand and name style is the flooring you said? Oh, okay. So it's waterproof, lifetime warranty from Home Depot. Okay. I can get you the details on that one. So we do have the SKU number if you're interested. Another question, was the wall in the kitchen load bearing? Great question. No, it was not. It was not load bearing, so we were able to remove the wall. The only trick there was that when we removed the wall, we needed to change the plumbing from one side to the opposite side, okay? And then some electric work needed to be done, but it was just minor, nothing big. Gold bathroom, rehab, okay, great. So the bathroom was 5,000 for the bathroom, okay? So between the tile, the bathroom, and the vanity was all 5,000. That included all the accessories, vanity, mirror, light. Okay, somebody's pasting the link for the flooring. Let me just quickly check that out. Yeah, thank you for posting the link to the flooring. So the overall, yeah, perfect. Yeah, the flooring highly recommended because for the price, you cannot get any better. So we're using these pretty much throughout. Yeah, very good. That's it. Who sent these? Thank you very much for sending these. Link to the flooring, Home Depot. That was awesome. Who was that? Valerie?
That was Eliza.
Who sent the link? Eliza. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Eliza. What were the features of that bathroom light again? Oh, okay. So the bathroom light, so it has three functions. It's obviously light, it has heat, and it's an exhaust. Okay, so it's going to take the humidity outside. That's 350, but it's totally worth it because you don't want humidity in the bathroom. Okay, and the bathroom, the glass window has only a very small, tiny window. So that is why we needed to buy a very strong, good quality exhaust to keep the humidity out. So great question. Oh, okay, absolutely. Yeah, Eliza, thank you for joining. Absolutely. So we're meeting tomorrow. And then another question is, yeah, absolutely. The 5,000, that includes both labor and material, okay? Because when we bought the kitchen cabinets, that included, that price of 3,500, that included the vanity for the bathroom, okay? And the 22 or 2,400 for the quartz included the top for the vanity, okay? The time to rehab, it took 2 months, okay? No, not four, no, not four. It took 2 months, okay? Because if you think about it, I mean, 2 months. So the only portion that was totally gutted was the bathroom, okay? And then the kitchen, we just removed the kitchen cabinets, just patched the wall, and then moved the kitchen sink from one side to the opposite, and then tore the wall. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so it was nothing big. The flooring, pretty standard throughout the entire unit, and then the recessed lighting. Lighting is super critical. Can lights, people love them. Okay. So yeah, 2 months for the rehab because it's a small unit. It's about 900 square feet. Total square feet, okay, yeah, it's about 900. When you rent, you furnish the place for showings? No, Gary. Great question. We don't. We do very little staging when we rent the property. So we have vases, kitchen tables here and there, very minor. But if we were to do a flip, definitely we would stage it. Now, staging on this type of property would cost you about $2,000. Okay, so staging is super expensive, but you only do the staging when you're gonna flip the property. You don't do staging when you're gonna rent the property because the rental market is so strong. You don't need to do that. The unit, in the condition that it is gonna rent for itself. Does that make sense? So the tenant happens to have an amazing taste, right, with the furniture and pretty much, I think it looks brand new stuff. So yeah, it makes the unit look really nice. Do you use contractors, handyman, or do you do all the work? Oh no, I don't do the work. I'm not a handyman, so no, I'm not good at that. Okay, so I cannot do any work. So we use contractors for sure. Yeah, thank you, Liza, for sharing the link to the flooring. Are you planning to sell this house? Correct? No, we're not planning to sell the property. So we're keeping the property. Another question is high qualified trade. So are you planning to sell? No, high qualified traders are used in these flips. Absolutely. So we're keeping the property, but since it's a small property, we wanted to make it look really nice to command top dollars, okay, for the rent. We knew we were not going to spend that much money on it, so we just wanted to command top dollars for rent. What was the total cost of the rehab, and do you buy your own materials and separate from the labor cost? So great question, Patricia. So the way it works is once we hire the contractors, GC, they know what we like and they go out and buy it. Okay, so we have a pro account, text to confirm. So the way it works is they go to Home Depot and then we get a text message. And all we need to do is check the order and reply 1 to confirm, and then boom, it's paid. Okay. Any material that is left, they're going to return it for us. Okay, so they do great work, very reliable. And so I don't get involved in the small details. I know these guys, not only are they good when it comes to doing work, but also when picking materials. So like, for instance, the backsplash, I didn't pick it. I just told the contractor, just pick the one that you like, that it's going to go well with the flooring, with the kitchen. So those guys, they've been doing a lot of work, so they know what looks good, what doesn't. They know what's trending right now, so we just trust their judgment. Okay, what was the total cost of the rehab? So okay, so can you guys tell me what's your guess on the total rehab for these? Back to the dockless unit. One in each room, absolutely. One dockless unit in each room, okay? And the cool thing is that you get 3 remotes, but you don't need the 3 remotes. With 1 remote, you can control all 3 units. So it's an amazing system. Highly recommended. And it's about $1,500 more than the regular dock work that you would do in a typical furnace that you would install inside the unit. But we just didn't feel comfortable taking up the entire linen closet for a furnace. And not only that, but something that I really like about this system is that it's very quiet. So when it runs, you don't hear anything in the inside or the outside. Whereas if you have the regular furnace, you're gonna hear the furnace running. Is this a condo? Yeah, this is a condo. Are you using the mastery suggested contractors? We use some of them, Valerie, but we have our own crew that we've been working for several years. Okay, so Eliza says 40,000. Gary said 50,000. Xavier said 50 to 29. Patricia 35 to 40. So you guys are super close. The rehab was 45,000. Okay, 45,000. Okay, because we just wanted to make the unit beautiful, right? So we did a little bit more than what we would typically do, but we just want to make it beautiful. Okay. Otherwise, you could do a little bit less, like not so much recessed lighting. You could go probably cheaper on certain materials, and then you can probably do this with 35,000, 35 to 40,000. So we probably spent 5 to 7,000 for the quality. Okay, so we wanted better quality materials from the kitchen cabinets to quartz, right? Otherwise, granite is cheaper than quartz, but we decided to do quartz. Quartz is way better, more durable, and it looks better than granite. Okay, so the rent, great question. Okay, so what's your guess on the rent? Another question is, how did you choose that Douglas brand? What brand is it? I can give you the details. I don't have them on top of my head. I have the contract that we made, so I can send you the details of the brand and the model for the Douglas unit, because I don't remember on top of my head. So the rent. So make some guesses for the rent. So the rent is, I'm waiting for some guesses. So, okay, so permits, architects. Yeah, for permits, we spent less than 1,000 for permits. And yeah, architects, exactly, right on the nail, Eliza. So it was 1,500. That's how much we paid for the blueprints. 1,500 for blueprints, right on the nail. Permits less than 1,000. Rent, so the rent is 1,700 for these 2-bedroom. 1,700. So the cost, the monthly cost between the HOA or association, it's 210 or 215 plus taxes. So total cost is 450. Okay, 450 for this unit. Okay. By the way, so we don't have, this is paid off, so we don't have any debt on this unit. This was banked on property. So yeah, these cash flows very good. Okay. What was the 450? So the 450 are total expenses, so HOA and taxes. So when you pay HOA, that includes, HOA stands for Homeowners Association. That includes exterior, insurance, lawn care, snow removal, garbage, and water. So we only have to pay for taxes, okay? So taxes are over 200, like 250. So overall is 450 monthly expenses on this unit. Okay, purchase price. So the purchase price was 79. Okay, that was banked on property, so it was a very good property. In fact, the unit upstairs sold for close to 150 in the last month. Okay, so yeah, we got a really good deal because the unit was in amazing shape. Okay, already. Another question is, how about taxes per month? Okay, so taxes are like 2,700 a year. So they're very low because it's a condo. And then association 215. So between taxes and association or HOA is 450 a month. So what we do require is for tenants to have renter's insurance. Okay, that's super important. It's part of the lease that they have to have renter's insurance, and we get a copy of it. Now, do you use the same arch on all projects? I did not understand the question, Valerie. Do you use the same? Oh, the same architect. Yeah, absolutely. We use the same for all the blueprints. Absolutely, got it. Architect. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, the rehab took 2 months. Yeah, perfect. Are there any other questions on these? So I just wanted to show you the before and after so that you can get an idea. And not only that, but you can see how long the rehab takes, how much you're going to spend on it, and the type of materials that we recommend. Something that is really cool, friends, that I highly suggest when you do this type of rehab is blinds. Blinds are super, super important. You know how much we spend for the blinds? Those are like European style, and we spent 1,300 for they're custom made for the entire unit. I mean, they're very, very reasonable. That's labor and materials, 1,300, and it makes the unit look so much better. Okay, you don't want to go cheap on the blinds. So that's just a tip of advice. Blinds and lighting are going to make the unit look so much nicer. Why over upgrade if you are only renting? Okay, because we wanted to command top dollars, number one. Number two, because we don't have any debt on this unit. So what we're gonna do is in the near future, maybe next year, if we want to pull some money from the equity, we are gonna use, for instance, this property, right? We can pull maybe 75% of the equity. So the better the condition of the unit, the more money we're gonna command. So we not only are we gonna be able to get all our money out, but even more. Does that make sense? And then another question is, do you share your contractors for the kitchen cabinets? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're a part of ChicagoDealVault, Blue Angel package, yeah, we share our contractors, our resources. That's not a problem. What is the rent? 1,700. Are your AC units from Home Depot? No, these are not from Home Depot. So we use an HVAC company, and I'm not sure where they buy the material from. I think it's, I know the location of where they buy the stuff from. It's on California and Addison. California and Addison. There's a big heating and cooling supply. Starts with M. I forgot the name of it, like Munchies. Oh, like Munchies or Munchies, something like that. But it's on California and Addison. It's a huge AC supply. That's where they're getting the companies. Yeah. And then Eliza, ARV. So this property should appraise for over 150, but below once, I would say between 160 and 170 for the unit. Another question is, how much for all painting? Did you repaint, trim, new interior doors? How many? Great question, Valerie. So for paint, we spent 2,500, and that included the trim, all the doors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors, and the ceiling, everything. Another question is, for appraisal, you will get more money. Got it. So let's say that you spend 10,000 more on your rehab. You think you might get 50 more on your appraisal? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So let me give you an example. We spent, for instance, if you spend on a new kitchen $10,000, when it comes to the appraisal, you're gonna get at least 20 or 25. Okay, when you spend 17,000 on a 2-car garage, that's going to add 30,000 in value to the property. Okay, when you do maybe 5,000 in a brand new bathroom, that's going to add at least 10,000 to the appraisal value. So you're going to double your money if you spend your money on kitchens, bathrooms. Okay, that adds a lot of value. And then the rest also adds value, but not as much as kitchen and bathrooms. But lighting is so critical when you show the property. It just makes the property look whoa, right? So yeah, this didn't even make it to the market. So we were able to rent it before we finished the rehab. So that was because the neighbors were stopping by, they were asking questions, and then we got it rented through word of mouth. So it was pretty amazing. When will you refinance? Oh, perhaps next year. Okay. So we don't have, we're not planning on doing a refinance at this point, but perhaps if we do it, we might do it next year. Another question, is there a basement? No, there's no basement. So this is a 6-unit building, and this is in the middle. Okay, so there is a garden unit below, and there's a top unit on top. Okay, and there are many of these buildings in this association. Well, great questions, great questions. I'm so impressed how how accurate your estimates are. You guys are rocking. Are there any other questions on the line? Ron Brock, is there? Oh, okay. There's another question. New interior doors, are they mid-range appliance package? So we're not putting, we didn't put any new doors, new interior doors. No, they were existing. And then absolutely, we're using mid-range appliances package. Absolutely. So we're not using the most expensive, but we're not using the cheapest. So we're using mid, or I would say above average for this type of rehab. Blinds, brand, and where purchased. Okay, so I can give you the name of the guy that we bought the blinds from. I think he brings them from Europe. So I think he's in Europe. It takes about 3-4 weeks to get the blinds, but I mean they did a great job and it looks great. Thank you for your time and your. Oh no, thank you, Eliza, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. By the way. And then when will you do the cash out refinance to pull the money invested and reinvest it again? We might do it sometime next year. Okay, great question. Because interest rates are still so low. So that's what wealthy people do in real estate. They never sell. You refinance. Why? Because when you sell a property, that's going to trigger a tax event, and you need to pay taxes on the gains. However, when you refinance, you can get your money out and you're not going to pay taxes on it, and then you still own the property. So yeah, if we do that, we may do it next year. Reinvest again and again. Absolutely, absolutely. That's the rule of the game. Reinvest. Thank you for excellent information. Oh, thank you, Xavier. I did not understand your question, Valerie. Oh, the square footage. Yeah, the square footage. Yeah, about 900, 950 or so. So it's a small 2-bedroom, 1-bath, very simple. Is there a ductless vent in each room? So yeah, no, everything is electric. This unit that is outside is electric, and yeah, the duct work. It's a very small pipe that runs all the way to the outside. So yeah, it just vents out in the outside. Yeah, it's really cool how the ductless system works. It's highly recommended where you don't have a space or you don't want to be invasive with the systems. Okay, in the house. No, so we don't have a ductless system in the bathroom. That is why we put the light that has 3 functions: light, heat, and exhaust. Okay, because we want to keep the bathroom hot as well in the winter. No tile flooring, then just engineering flooring. Yes, absolutely, Valerie. We did put tile at the here in the entrance by the door, so when people come in and they take off their shoes, We put like maybe 2x3 tile by the front door. Great question. Another question is, did you say there is only one outdoor compressor for the AC? Yeah, there's only one. It's a pretty big unit and it's super silent. I mean, when it kicks in, either for heating or cooling, you won't even hear it. And the inside is the same. That's one of the things that I really love about the system, that it's so quiet and it's at the same time super powerful. So please make sure that you look into ductless systems. I give it a 5-star. 200 and 2,500 for all, includes labor and material. Valerie, oh no, the ductless system, that was 6,500 or so. Oh, for painting, yeah, painting that includes material, 2,500. Yes. How did you choose that ductless brand? It was, oh, Mitsubishi. Somebody's saying Mitsubishi. Doesn't ring the bell. I don't think it's Mitsubishi. I can give you the details, the brand, the model. I just need to look them up. And then, because that's what they recommended, they gave me the choice. Hugo, if you don't want to be invasive in the room, we highly recommend a ductless system, because otherwise you need to put a furnace in Linen's room, and then you need to do the duct work. That means the ceiling is going to be lower. It'll be like a big mess, right? So I said, no. We want to make it as ininvasive as possible. Did you have to get the HOA approval to place the ductless? Okay, so what they care about is when we remove the wall units, they just wanted to make sure that we brick the wall. That's it. So we didn't need to get approval. In fact, they know the heating and cooling company that we use, so they're pretty comfortable with the work they do. Where do you take your personal garbage waste? Yes, absolutely. So great question. They have dumpsters outside in the parking lot, big dumpsters. Typically, how do you break out labor cost on your projects? So great question, Valerie. The rule of thumb is, if you're going to do an update on the bathroom and the kitchen, take the square footage and multiply it times 2.5. Okay, so if the square footage, let's say, is 1,000, just if you're going to just update, okay, kitchen and bathroom, is going to be 25,000. But when you're going to gut the bathroom and you're going to do like nicer, higher end quality work, then you're going to need to multiply that times 3 or 4, like $3 or $4 per square foot. So that is why this rehab came a lot higher, okay, than the typical rental would be. But we just wanted to command top dollars because we know it's pretty hot. The market in this neighborhood is very hot because it's so centralized to highways, shopping centers. Great questions, everyone. So thank you. Yeah, Schiller Park. Yeah, absolutely, Schiller Park. It's a B market. Yeah, Schiller Park is a B market. So right now we're focusing on B and A markets. You said that the architect just did the plans. Does that mean that they redesign it? No. They just do the blueprints. For the permits, we just need the blueprints. And then obviously they make sure that the wall that we removed is not a bearing wall. Okay, that's super important. That is why you need the blueprint. So that's 1,500. Amazing questions. I'm super excited how accurate your estimates are coming through. So no, I'm super excited to share everything with you. Yeah, you need blueprints to get permits in certain villages. Absolutely. Especially when you're going to remove walls, they're going to want you to have blueprints. Absolutely. I think we had a great crowd today, so I'm super excited everyone joined. So friends, thank you for joining today. Hey, Phil, do me a favor. Can you give free access to ChicagoDealVault to everyone that does not have it? Because that's where we put all our contractors. That's where we share our resources. I want to make sure that everyone accesses that on their preferred partners. So the promo code is going to be REHAB. Okay, so get a 30-day free trial. access our resources, contractors, you name it, okay? And then I'll find out what the brand and model for the dockless system is, okay? So that you guys can look that up, but also look for the store that it's on California and Addison. I think it's called Munchies or Munchies. It's pretty big and they offer amazing prices. So thank you everyone